All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all glory and honor and praise to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, GMS that rule well and teach well, sealing the elect. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the elect that's out there teaching the truth and sincerity. This is the so-called New Year 2019. Just for edification's sake, we might as well just do a video on the New Year. We're gonna start off with the secular history on the New Year. Those first two paragraphs. This is Wikipedia. It has, you can type in anything on Wikipedia and it tells you the origin of anything, you know, and this is the origin of the New Year.
And in pre-Christian Rome, under the Julian calendar, the day was dedicated to Janus, god of gateways and beginnings.
See that word, that Janus, that was an actual man. And read that again. Said Janus.
Wait, I'm just gonna start over. In pre-Christian Rome, under the Julian calendar, the day was dedicated to Janus, god of gateways and beginnings. From January is also named.
Right. So January was named after this pagan god, Janus. You know, gateway of new beginnings. That's why they call it the New Year. You know, this all goes back to pagan worship of these false gods.
And Janus, that's the spirit, because everybody, they be saying my New Year's resolution is, I'm just gonna focus on money, or I'm just gonna focus on getting my bag up. But that's a being in the Janus spirit. And then 3 weeks, a month later, they right back to what they was doing to the last year.
Being a nigga.
Keep going.
Yeah.
As a date in the Gregorian calendar of Christendom, the New Year's Day liturgically marked the feast of the naming and circumcision of Jesus, which is still observed as such in the Galatian Church and Lutheran Church.
Right.
In present day, with most countries now using the Gregorian calendar as their de facto calendar, New Year's Day is probably the most celebrated public holiday, often observed with fireworks at the stroke of midnight as the New Year starts in each time zone. Other global New Year's Day traditions include making New Year's resolutions and calling one's friends and family. But like they said, New Year's resolution and calling other friends and family, that's the spirit that everybody be in. And that's the spirit of Janus. And then three weeks, a month go by, the person, they continue what they were doing in 2018, supposedly. Mesopotamia, Iraq, instituted the concept of celebrating the New Year in 2000 BC and celebrated New Year around the time of the vernal equinox in mid-March. The early Roman calendar designated March 1st as the New Year. The calendar had just 10 months, beginning with March. that the new year once began with the month of March is still.
See, it says the new year once began in the month of March, so-called March. It would be really Abib in the scriptures.
And if you think about it, we don't study zodiac signs, but if you ever looked at the zodiac sign, March is the first zodiac sign. So that's letting you know, if you actually think about it, then that's they know the truth.
Right. And when you continue reading, it's going to tell you. It's going to say, go ahead.
The early Roman calendar designated March 1st as the new year. The calendar had just 10 months, beginning with March. Thus, the new year once began with the month of March is still reflected in some of the names of the month. September through December, September through December are 9th through 12th months were originally positioned as the 7th through 10th month. Septem is Latin for 7. Octo 8. November 9 and December 10.
See, they still what's that word? Like they like hide stuff, like the Illuminati, they hide stuff. Yeah, it's subliminal in the so-called months, because like it said September through December. You know, those are like September is 7, October 8, November 9, December 10. See, they still got it in that correct order. You know.
So you think about it, octagon has 8 sides to it. And then like the octopus, they got 8 tentacles. September is Latin for 7, Octo 8, November 9, December 10. Roman legend usually credited their second king, Numa, with the establishment of the months of January and February. These were first placed at the end of the year, but at some point came to be considered the first 2 months instead. The January.
That's it on the secular history, and it's pretty much exposing how it's a pagan. You know, and now we're gonna get it through the scriptures that to back up what was read. Daniel 7:25.
Daniel, chapter 7, verse 5.
25.
Daniel 7 and 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear.
He started 24. About one shot.
Daniel chapter 7 and verse 24. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them. And he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws. And they shall be given into his hands until a time and times and the dividing of time.
Right, so that's Esau, Babylon, you know, this queendom. You know, they think to change times and laws. You know, homosexuality. You know, all these wicked laws they got. They look to change times, and as we read, they changed the time. First it was in March, then they switched it up to January. You know, they look to wear out the saints. Saints are the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics. You know, the Israelites, we are the saints. You know, and they look to wear us out. You can read that again. 25.
Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25. And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High.
That's Esau speaking great words against the Most High. You know,
and everything that Esau do is adverse to the Most High. They let you know that when they said the earth was given to the hand of the wicked, you know who the wicked is. It's obvious because the white man, they know the laws of the Most High, but they just choose to do the opposite. Like the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, he against homosexuality, and what the white man do, he make it okay. He make it legal. They got more rights than the Israelites. They change time. So they let you know who the white man is, because they are devil. They're the devil, and that means adversary, and they adverse to what the Most High says.
You know, just like it says in Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter. That's talking about Esau, the so-called white man. You know, the ungodly. You know, let me just get a quick script. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, verse 1. It says, for the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. So let me get another verse. Verse 6. It says, come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass us. You know, see, these Edomites, they know that their time is short. You know, so they pretty much living it up. You know what I'm saying? They living it up for the time being, but judgment's gonna come to them. You know, they change times, they change the Sabbath. You know, most Israelite camps, they teach the Sabbath from Friday to Saturday, but we gotta go according to the moon. You know, Genesis 1 and 14. You know, and plenty of other scripts, you know, to back that up. But that's another topic. Exodus 12 and 4. Hey, pull out the blue letter. 12 and 2.
Exodus chapter 12 and verse 2.
You can start with verse 1.
Exodus chapter 12 and starting with verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak.
This one is 2.
Yeah.
That was the end of 2. Yeah, so it said, this shall be the first month to you, the beginning of the year. You know, and when you read on down, go to verse 11.
3, because that's part 2.
You can read it, then jump to verse 11.
Exodus chapter 12 and verse 3. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, in the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house.
Right, so the first month on the 10th day, you know, this is talking about Passover. You know, jump down to verse 11.
Exodus chapter 12 and verse 11. 11, right? And thus shall ye say it with your loins girded and your loins girded, your shoes on the feet, and your staff in your hand, and ye shall eat it in haste. It is the Lord's Passover.
Right, so that's why I just said it's the Lord. This is talking about the Lord's Passover. You know, on the Passover, we're supposed to eat with haste, quick. You know what I'm saying? Because this is when the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, when He brought us out of the land of Egypt. You know, that's what Passover represents. You go to 3 and 14. I mean 3 and 4.
Exodus 3 and 4.
13 and 4.
Exodus 13 and verse 4. This day came ye out in the month Abib.
Right, so we came out of Egypt in the month of Abib. Now can you go to Deuteronomy 16 and 1? Baba Kashaf.
Where is this from?
16 and 1. Deuteronomy. Oh. Yeah, you can do it.
16 and 1.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 16 and verse 1. Observe the month of Abib, and keep the Passover unto the Lord thy God, For in the month of Abib, the Lord thy God brought thee forth out of Egypt by night. Keep going.
Nah, see, everything I said, I'm just backing it up through the scriptures. Now you can go to the blue letter. You go to did it say Abib in Deuteronomy 16 and 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, look up the word Abib. Now, we're going to the word Abib because I want to get the meaning of the word Abib. And, you know, this is like a final cut, you know, to the New Year's. This is proof.
Abib, outline of biblical usage. Fresh, young barley ears, barley. Month of ear forming, of greening of crops, of growing green Abib, month of Exodus and Passover.
All right. See, that's talking about spring because all the plants and all the farmers, they grow all their plants and stuff like that. You know, in the spring, they don't grow it in the winter time because it's cold weather. Nothing is growing, nothing is producing out of the ground. In the springtime, that's when the plants are sprouting up and all the corn and barley and all that and so forth. You can finish it off.
March or past, it's like March or April.
Read where it says Abib and then all of that.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, just read this second one. All the way through.
Month of ear forming, of greening of crop, of growing green Abib. Month of Exodus and Passover, March or April.
See, the new year Abib, like it said in I think that was Exodus 12 and 2, that the month Abib, that's the first month, the beginning of the year, and it's, as brothers just said, it reads the Abib in the blue letter. It says either March or April. So the new year is in March or April.
And if you think about it, the springtime gotta be the first month because it's the beginning. Just like you have a dog, it may be 5 years old, but when he was from the beginning, he started out as a puppy. So let you know he can't just be born and he already 5 years old. You know what I'm saying?
I don't really know what you're trying to say.
I'm talking about in the beginning of something, it has to be a first stage. Like you have a newborn baby, or you have a dog, it's a puppy. You have a cat, it's a kitten. So that's obviously the beginning. If winter was the beginning of the first year, that means he's dead. So that means, so what were his beginning? You know what I'm saying?
I kind of get you. All right, we'll close out with one more script. Colossians. You want to get it? Yeah. Colossians 2:8. Man, you can't let we gotta relearn, we gotta unlearn and relearn in this society. I know it's fucked up, but look who runs the society. So-called white man Esau. You know, they the devil. That means they deceive. They deceive you and they lie, but they're gonna have to pay. You know.
Colossians 2 and verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you.
Lest any man spoil you. Esau, he robbed us. They still rob us today. You know, and Jake, we got that mentality of stealing and killing and all that, like the Akim brought out in the camp yesterday. That's all traits of Esau. He covetousness. He wants other people. That's why he go to these other countries and take their oil. You know, and we think it's cool to steal. Like if somebody in the hood come up, you know, everybody in the hood after that dude. You know, that's covetousness. That's covetousness. That's all traits of Esau.
Yeah, Esau, he coveted that we have the birthright. Colossians 2 and verse 8. Beware lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after a Mashiach.
Right, so we don't follow after a Mashiach. 2/3, you know, they follow after the laws of this world. You know, after the precept of men. You know, they love they love the white man. You know, they don't know their true power.
But Jake see the police, they heard but put on their seatbelt.
Yeah.
but don't give a damn about the Most High.
Yeah, they take heed to the laws of this world, but they don't take heed to the laws of the scriptures. You know why? Because the white man, the Esau, he damn near watered down the scriptures to make them soft, to make it seem like you are lame if you reading the scriptures. But these scriptures are hardcore. You know, this so-called real nigga shit right here. The scriptures. We can close it off with Mark 7:7.
Mark chapter 7 verse 7.
And this is the words of Yahweh Shai.
Howbeit
Howbeit.
in vain do they worship me, teaching.
See, in vain, meaning meaningless. Do they worship Yahweh Shai, who the enemy calls Jesus Christ? You know, they say, I believe in Jesus, but you don't listen to what he says in the scriptures. It says in the red ink, which is from Yahweh Shai's mouth, numerous times that if you love me, keep my commandments, and they are not grievous. You know, just roughly paraphrasing. You can go ahead.
Howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching for doctrines the commandments of men.
Keep going. Nah, that's it. See, they teach the doctrines of the commandments of men. They listen to the pastors. You know, Jake probably going to church tonight to bring in the so-called New Year in the church. You know, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh, he's not dwelling in the churches. According to Acts 7:48, he does not dwell in the in buildings made by man. Roughly paraphrasing. You know, you want to get that?
I was trying to get earth given to the hand of the wicked.
Yeah, Job 9.
What was yours?
Go down. Acts 7:48. I didn't want to make the video too long, but I just wanted to get a few more precepts from the Spirit.
Acts 7 and verse 48. Howbeit, the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophet.
Right, so he doesn't dwell in temples made by hand. So he's not in these churches.
Go ahead. Following verse, Acts 7 and 49. Heaven is my throne, and earth is my footstool.
Exactly. Go ahead.
What house will ye build me, saith the Lord, or what is the place of my rest?
See, his feet is this earth, you know. So that means he's sitting up above. You know, his spirit dwells within the Israelites. You know, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You know, his spirit dwells within us. You know, he's not in these churches. He's not in buildings. You know, people go to church, call it the holy place. You know, Joel Osteen and all these false pastors, they crooks, man. They just want your money. You know, they teach the law is done away with, but they still, they still doing the law of tithing. They hypocrites. You know, they vow, like Yahushua said, vow vipers and snakes. You know, just like paraphrasing. You got anything?
What was that, Job? What?
9:24. You know, Lord willing, we're gonna close out with this verse.
Job 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and whom is he? So basically, this what I'm trying to point out is that the earth is given to the hands of the wicked. So the wicked is Esau, which is the devil, and the devil means to deceive. So this is why you know, the earth is only ran by. Everybody knows that the white people run the earth, the so-called Jews. So they obviously averse from the Most High and His laws. So this is let you know that the white man is obvious who the white man is the devil. So we can't follow his ways.
Yeah, because the earth, like the verse said, you know, the earth was given to the hand of the wicked, and like it said in Daniel 7:25, you know, he speaks things against the Most High, looking to change the times. You know, of course the wicked gonna do that. If you ungodly, of course you're gonna go against the Most High. If you got the earth in your hands, so we gotta be circumspect out here. You know, we gotta be sober. Sober means circumspect. You know, being aware of our surroundings. You know.
Most Israelites know that the Messiah is a black man. So, and if that should be your first time to be like, do not trust somebody. Once somebody lie to you one time, then you know they're gonna do it again. So, most Israelites know that the white man, that the picture of Jesus Christ, that's a false image. So why would you keep believing everything that he said? Like we was in school that said we all evolved from monkeys, right? So everybody know that's not true. So those are just signs to let you know: should I really be trusting him, or should I really be trusting the Most High and Yahushua?
Yeah, and, the scriptures it say, worship me in truth and in spirit. So if you know the image is not correct, You know, why would you keep following that? You know, you're supposed to worship him in truth. You know, the scriptures say that he dark as hell, so he dark. You know, is he a so-called black man? You know, anything else? I just wanted to give an edification on that as a basic note. Lord willing, it was edifying. We're gonna close out. Give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS that rule well and teach well, sealing the elect. Shalom to the elect that's out there teaching this truth and sincerity, standing in the sound doctrine, endure. Moab, Lab, Abau, death to America. Shalom.